we checked out SpaceCraft by Shiro Games earlier this year when they released their reveal trailer. And it looks like it's getting some views again now. They just released a gameplay trailer, not on their own channel, but they did release a dev blog here. So what we're going to do is check out the new trailer they released for this game, and then we're going to check out the dev blog. This is an interesting one because it kind of combines very fun genres, that being the builder genre and the space genre. It's sort of like a Space Engineers, but I think it looks a little bit more approachable and a little more focused on logistics rather than just building. I've heard it described as satisfactory, which is something we talk about quite a bit, combined with, I don't know, something like No Man's Sky or even Dyson Sphere Project kind of thing. I see. No, they did release it. It's the same thing, right? This is not the trailer. It's the overview trailer. Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing. Cool. The dev blog is the trailer. Let's check this out and see if we'll be interested.
Welcome, pioneers, to our very first look at the development build of SpaceCraft. We're really excited to show you where the game's at right now and give you a feel for some of the systems we're building behind the scenes. Keep in mind, everything you're about to see is work in progress and doesn't yet fully reflect what we envision for the game at launch. In this dev blog, we're focusing on the tutorial, which gives you your first taste of how the game plays and introduces some of the core systems. Your journey starts on Babylon 7, a space station
I get X4 vibes from it already.
owned by the company. Stations like this are central to the game. They're where you'll refine resources, trade goods, upgrade your ships, and more. In the tutorial, Babylon 7 is a solo instance, but in the full game, stations will be important multiplayer hubs for interaction and cooperation. We've designed piloting to be intuitive, built around two key concepts: flight path and flight speed.
So this is an interesting one. This actually reminds me of, what's it called? No Man's Sky a bit, in that you just kind of fly to a planet, which is cool. I mean, we'll have to see how that sort of factors into just flying around normally, and if that's a little jarring. Just give us the Elite Dangerous landing screen pop up when we get near the ground with our landing gear down. I will slam into planets if there's no automatic slowdown system in this. Best believe that.
Your ship moves based on the direction you're facing, and you can smoothly throttle up or down to manage your speed. At its core, SpaceCraft is an expansive, open-ended sim where you can explore, build, trade, and fight across a living galaxy. You'll pilot your own ship, mine resources, craft parts, and design your own vessels. From setting up automated production chains to engaging in tactical space combat, how you play is up to you. You can play solo or team up with others to shape the economy, grow powerful corporations.
This is what always brought me to Star Citizen. It's not ugly. And it sounds really shallow. I'm sorry to say I'm a sucker for good graphics, and some game companies really know that. That's not to say that I'm not going to play games that don't have good graphics. It's eye-catching. It gets your attention, and I think it's easier to get immersed in a game with good graphics. Feel me about it. I don't know. I think this looks like a really cool game from what I've seen. I mean, we looked into this earlier in the year, and it sounded like it was going to be a really fun game. But ultimately, not as pretty as I'd like. But that's besides the point. All SC fans love shiny things. Shiny and fast things, yeah.
And leave your mark on a newly forming galaxy. And yes, traveling from space down to a planet's surface is completely seamless. Exploring planets means heading to landmarks and scanning for resources. As you find new materials, they're logged automatically on the planetary map. Find something unfamiliar, scan it to analyze and reveal what it is.
Let's see. Reach level 1 in exploration. Discover the planet by visiting landmarks and identifying resources. Scan 1 out of 3 unknown resources. Exploration. Scanning and finding resources, eh?
Resource gathering starts simple with a mining laser, but quickly branches out. Different materials need different tools. Some, like hardened shells, have to be broken up with missiles. Liquids and gases require specialized harvesters. Volatile resources can explode if they get too hot, so you might need cooling systems to handle them safely. For certain materials, you'll need to land and go on foot, adding variety and risk to how you gather resources. Eventually, you'll automate this process. That's when things start scaling up. You'll build bases on different planets, install extractors, and set up drones and cargo ships to handle mining, refining, and transportation.
Yeah, see, this sounds a lot like Dyson Sphere project, which is a cool, like, kind of up, top, down look on the same sort of idea. It's just, I think, smaller scale. But it gives me vibes of that combined with X4, a little bit of No Man's Sky. This could actually be a fantastic sort of exploration, find and do things game. But it also sounds really logistics heavy.
Manage power, storage, housing, and supply chains, building out entire networks that stretch across the galaxy. If you're the kind of player who loves optimization, there's a lot to dig into, and you can do that as a corporation with your friends for extra help. Back at the stations like Babylon 7, you'll navigate between areas using elevators. Each zone serves a different purpose. Some, like the shipyard, are private, perfect for refining resources, crafting advanced components, or working on your ship without distractions. Others, like the docks, are instanced by ship traffic. We're also building shared spaces, like marketplaces, where you'll trade with the company and other players. Some stations will also have unique zones tied to quests or introduce new mechanics entirely. Ship editing is a major feature too. You can customize and upgrade your ship by swapping out modules or go even deeper with the assembly system, letting you physically reshape your vessel. Add new engines, wings, or blocks and tweak performance to suit your playstyle. As you progress, you'll unlock the ability to build entirely new ships from scratch, with every part affecting how your ship handles, how fast it goes, and how much it can do. That's just a glimpse of what we've got in store for SpaceCraft. We'll be back with more updates soon, diving deeper into the game and how all these systems come together at scale.
Interstellar travel. Well done, I guess. I just jumped to a new star system. Well done, I guess. Yeah, it looks kind of like Space Engineers with some building mixed in. To be honest, he said they were going over the tutorial here, but I think it would have been good to go over just the general loop, because we get the idea that you're going to be creating things, going places, finding resources, but it wasn't entirely clear how much of this would be done outside of the ship. Am I staying in the ship the entire time that I'm outside of space stations? And then, oh, no, never mind. Right here, you're on foot. That was the only part on foot. And I'd love to see more of what you can do when you're on foot. I imagine you're building bases and gathering resources and just kind of maintaining stuff. But is this just a sandbox to build in? Or is there more to it? This is the first look. Well, actually, this is the second look. The first look was the reveal trailer, so this is our first real detail going into the game. But I do want to cover it as it comes about. We'll be keeping up with this the same way we're keeping up with First Project, Jump Ship, Osiris Reborn. There's a few others. Outer Worlds 2, I definitely want to cover. So definitely a couple things to keep an eye on. This is yet another one. We'll see if you're interested.